We have quite the quite the day ahead of us here. So let's go ahead and grab those coffees. Oh, I had the little Minnesotan twang at the end of that. Grab those coffees. Grab those sparkling waters if you have them. I got a fresh pack of sparkling water. I got 2 sparkling waters today. So we are set and we are ready to have a potentially eventful day. We can see AMC is AMC is already up in the pre-market here, and the market opens in about 1 minute. So we'll see what happens here right at market open. But we've seen a little build up right to market open. Good morning, good morning. Oh, Palantir taking a beating. Yeah, kind of is. It's down in the 23. So for those of you who are waiting for the dip, there is the dip you've been looking for. There's that dip. But I'm still in it. I'm sure you're still in it, and we're just fine. We're holding on strong. But we might see this. I don't know. I'm not sure how much lower it could possibly go. I would say if you're looking for the dip, here's the dip. So good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I was conditioning my hair. All right, AMC about to, oh, it just opened. Okay, cool. Just opened a second ago. Also, if you take a look here, we have GameStop, Palantir, Bitcoin, Tyson Foods, TLRY. I think there's some news today with TLRY, maybe an earnings call or something. I briefly saw that. Not a dead chicken. That's a nice username. That's hilarious. Yep, AMC selling off just a tiny bit. But actually, we're seeing a little bit of battle here. So we'll see. The quadruple witching day begins. Now, this isn't that rare of an event. It happens 4 times a year. But it might be the catalyst that helps push things over the edge. So, AMC's now in the negatives for the day. Tooting right around there. Positive, negative, positive. GameStop, seeing a little sell-off right at open here. Now, the quadruple witching day isn't necessarily characterized by increased prices. It's more characterized by volatility in the markets. So we have to remember that there is the potential for the opposite of what we want. But volatility, I think, in our instance here, will help. It's going to help us. The more we can kind of shake things up, the more I think we'll be better off here with our meme stocks. Okay, so we're seeing this build up a little bit. What was the volume here? In the first minute, 500,000 shares in volume for GameStop and 3.5 million for AMC, which isn't the craziest numbers we've ever seen. Oh, I just got sparkling water all over my laptop. So I posted a video about quadruple witching last night when I was just making sure I knew everything I needed to know about it. And in 2019, I wasn't able to find the 2020 numbers, but in March of 2019, quadruple witching day had 30% more volume than the average day of trading. So an additional 30% more stocks bought and sold in the entire stock market. Hope I have a spill kit. Clean up on aisle. What aisle is this? Someone called me in the comments yesterday, Squeezes Christ, and I thought, okay, there's a t-shirt that needs to be made, Squeezes Christ. Oh, Palantir's positive now. Look at that. I would say now is still the time to buy that dip before there's too much of a recovery. I mean, we shall see what happens with the rest of today here, but all right, look at AMC. AMC seeing a little bit of a sell-off, down 1%. I wouldn't be too scared quite yet. We kind of see this a lot right at open where things just dip. I don't know. After markets seems like things are always green, and then right at open they always dip a little bit, and that's just how things go. Am I going to have Trey on today? I think we're all planning on doing some kind of group streams, but it's not completely official or like scheduled at specific times or anything like that. So it's a little bit up in the air. I did this stream with my software that allows me to add people on just in case. So we'll see. And the true test of the witching day is the last hour, the witching hour. So it might be a little while before we really see the chaos, but we shall see. Now, there was some news about, let's see here. How is TLRY doing? It's up at 26 bucks. Not great. Let's see here. So I thought I saw some more news on TLRY. So here's something additional about their merger with APHA. I guess they're meeting next month. Next month, APHA will have a special shareholder meeting. Oh, that's what I got. Okay, so I got an email from my brokerage saying, hey, if you want to vote, because I have a couple of shares in TLRY, if you want to vote at the next shareholder meeting, you have to do X, Y, and Z. So we expect shareholders to approve the business combination and believe the market has already priced in this outcome. During the last month, both APHA and TLRY have been in rally mode, and we will monitor how the shares continue to perform ahead of the meeting. The April 14th APHA special shareholder meeting was announced after both companies received the necessary regulatory approvals to complete the proposed business combination and were favorable on how the transaction has advanced. TLRY will host a special shareholder meeting on April 16th, and we are excited for the merger to be completed. Wow. So it's looking like it's actually going to happen. So the combination of APHA and TLRY is expected to have a strong financial profile, low-cost production assets, leading brands, a vast distribution network in North America and abroad, and strategic partnerships. Some points to highlight on the combined company are the following. The company has $685 million of pro forma revenue for the last 12 months, making it the world's largest cannabis company. The combined company is expected to have a strategic footprint and operational scale necessary to compete more effectively. The combined company will have a low-cost cultivation, processing, and manufacturing facilities, as well as complete portfolio of branded Cannabis 2.0 products in Canada. And yeah, all right. So maybe our shares of TLRY will be okay after all. At this point, I'm in it for the long haul. I think, what is my average share? Like, I think like 39 bucks or something like that. So I'm still down like 20%. All right. Ooh. We got someone in the chat here just reached 1,000 Palantir shares. Congratulations. That is a huge Palantir milestone. I have 1,600 shares. Bitcoin doing all right. If we see another dip today, I might buy some more Bitcoin, so we'll see about that. Bitcoin's been all over the place. Let's see. All right, AMC pretty flat now. Okay, so we saw a bunch of buying after that brief 5 minutes of selling. Volume pretty low though. Nothing too strange going on quite yet. Volume pretty low. Will I stream straight through the last hour of the day? I haven't decided yet. I guess we shall see. We shall see. How am I and Ender doing today? We're doing pretty good. I saw Ender briefly this morning. Where do I buy my Bitcoin? I buy it on Coinbase. On Coinbase Pro, actually. So if you just make a Coinbase account, you also have Coinbase Pro. The fees are like half. If you want to open an account, there's a link in the description where you'll get $10 in free Bitcoin, and I'll also get $10 in free Bitcoin. So use that if you want. Am I on the East Coast? No, I am on the West Coast, and it is 6:38 right now. I had to get up at 4:45 this morning to join you fine people on this stream. So I'm trying not to be too tired, but I got my jug of coffee here. We'll hold it out. We'll do like the fishing trick, you know, where they hold it out a little further so it looks way bigger. But there's a lot of coffee in here. It's about 3/4 full, so we'll see how much I actually drink of it today. Let's see here. Do I hold any Ethereum? No, I don't as of right now, but I actually really like Ethereum. I should just buy some. Just crypto in general is something that I plan on becoming more and more just knowledgeable about. You know, I understand the basics of how it works, you know, the basics of the big coins, but I would really like to get like a firm understanding of the technical background behind it and things like that, because I think there's going to be more and more opportunities there. Yeah, at some point I'm going to have to go PPP. Have I looked into Theta yet? Oh no, you sent me that email with Theta. Let's look at it real quick here. See, my thing about these altcoins is I don't know what I don't know, and that's why I want to become more and more knowledgeable about cryptos in general, and I think there's a lot of value I can provide there once I'm more knowledgeable, because like I'm looking at this and it's, you know, if I look at the tech end, I'm going to be like, okay, I don't really know on a technical basis how much better this is going to be than another. So it's tough. All right, so let's see here. Partners, docs. Next generation video delivery powered by you. I wanted to like where's like the learn more or something like that. Maybe we can get like a Theta coin explained. Oh, thank you DP for becoming a member. You are a true Neanderthal. I changed up the membership names a little bit. Let's see here. Beginner's Guide to Theta. That's what we need. So what is Theta? The rise of live video streaming platforms went almost hand in hand with the development of blockchain technology, prompting the crypto enthusiasts at Theta to try to merge both with a single ecosystem named the Theta platform. With that in mind, that its developers got the idea to create a video delivery network running on top of the dedicated Theta blockchain. With the Theta platform, both these layers were built with the goal of creating and monetizing a bandwidth sharing model which is supposed to deliver at least some of its promised goals. Theta platform does not want the viewers to pay for access to the low-quality video streaming services. The team behind Theta identified a series of issues with the content delivery networks of today. For starters, these networks are described as lacking adequate reach across the globe, with technical issues such as stuttering, pauses, skips, and poor video. Blah, 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 blah. Theta wants to offer smooth streaming of high-quality video without incurring prohibitive technological costs. Okay, how does it work? The nodes in the Theta network consist of users who are in possession of various types of hardware and resources used for viewing video content. All of these nodes can become caching nodes in the Theta network, which can both store video and relay its streaming to its viewers in any part of the world. It's supposed to reduce the dependence of traditional content delivery systems on geographically dispersed data centers. So it seems like it's storing data. It's using blockchain to store video data on nodes in kind of a decentralized way. I guess maybe on the people who are viewing it. Yeah, see, this is something I'll just have to dive into a little bit more. It's interesting for sure. It's up 16% right now too. That's not too shabby. AMC, oof, had a little sell-off, climbing back up from the pits of doom here. GameStop kind of doing the same, pits of doom. Let's see the stairs of heaven coming out of the pits of doom. Palantir now down 1.5% as well. Down to 23.64. Still a good time to hop into that dip, in my humble opinion. Of course, not financial advice. One second. All right, let's drink some more coffee. Thoughts on the Coinbase IPO? I haven't dug into it too much, but I mean, I like Coinbase a lot. I know that there's that new one that just came out that supposedly doesn't have transaction fees. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sure someone here in the chat knows, but there has to be some kind of fee. You know, like you're either paying that fee on the front end or the back end. Like somehow you're paying for these transactions. But anyways, I like Coinbase a lot. Let's look at their IPO information. The thing about IPOs is it's just so hard to get in at a good price. Coinbase valuation. Coinbase valuation pegged at 68 million ahead of landmark U.S. listing. Let's see here. Coinbase Global, largest U.S. cryptocurrency exchange, said on Wednesday recent private market transactions had valued the company at around 68 billion this year ahead of a planned stock market listing. The eye-popping valuation underscores how the perceived value of Coinbase has rallied in lockstep with the surge in price of cryptocurrency Bitcoin. In a regulatory filing, Coinbase said its stock in the private market traded at a weighted average of $343 in the first quarter. Oh no, I just got some terrible news here. So my girlfriend just texted me and said, I might have some bad news for you. And she said, did you use the coffee out of the yellow coffee bag this morning? And I said, yes. And she said, I'm really sorry to say that's decaf. Oh, so I got a jug of decaf here. Oh, jeez. This is going to be rough. This is going to be rough. I don't even know how. I might just have to end this stream right now. I'm just kidding. Dang it, though. Okay. So Coinbase, Coinbase's latest valuation is almost 53 times its revenue in 2020. That's pretty high. By comparison, ICE currently trades at 10.67 price to sales ratio, according. Okay, so my initial thoughts are, if this thing is opening at 53 times? Yeah, 53 times revenue. The price that like you or I am actually going to buy it at is going to be like 70x revenue. That's probably too high in my opinion. Maybe if there's a dip, I don't know. 53x revenue seems very high to me. A successful listing by Coinbase, whose business is primarily focused on digital currencies, would represent a landmark victory for cryptocurrency advocates vying for endorsement for a sector that has struggled to win the trust of mainstream investors, regulators, and the general public. Okay. What day are they planning on going? Do they even have a day set? Looks like they might not actually have a day set. No, I don't think they do. So it says they're going to sell 114.9 million shares. Okay, so they're going to have Class A and B stock. Get out of here. I don't see the actual day of the IPO, though. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. The thing for me, though, is I can absolutely love a company, but if the price doesn't make sense, there's a million other things to buy into. So to me, if the price doesn't work, you know. Okay. Let's see. The problem with, yeah, thank God it wasn't an I'm pregnant text. Yeah. The problem with having decaf coffee here, there's no like coffee shop or like gas station nearby. I'd have to be gone for 15 minutes if I, you've been drinking decaf this entire year? No, I haven't. I'm sure we have these like bags of coffee next to the coffee maker, and they just get filled with stuff. I don't know what goes on in the kitchen. They just get filled with coffee grains. I scoop some out from just a random bag. There's no thought process behind it. Throw it in the coffee machine. I don't know. Yeah, she should have just let me have my blissful ignorance. What sort of maniac keeps decaf around? You know, decaf is okay in the evenings. That's why we have it. A little decaf in the evening. I know there's some psychos out there who can drink coffee in like a Red Bull at midnight and then fall asleep right after, but I'm not one of those people. Yeah, she could have just told you after work and hope for the placebo effect. No kidding. I'd probably be thinking like, man, I was tired today. Yeah, I'll probably get some coffee later. My sanity is better. Oh yeah, I can DoorDash coffee. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Yeah, it is. It's 6:50 a.m. right now. I can probably, I mean, I have employees. I can have someone get me a coffee. So it's not the end of the world. I don't know. I just always feel weird having them grab me stuff. But anyways, I'll have someone get it on their way into work. I'll tell him to buy himself one as well. I'm going to say, I accidentally brought decaf coffee today. ... On your way in, do you want to stop and get coffees for both of us? On me. Boom. There we go. All right. So we got a smooth-brained ape here, Amy Winter, using his mom's YouTube account to watch the YouTube stream. Make sure you subscribe with your mom's YouTube account and turn on all notifications. So she's like, who's this long-haired freak that keeps popping up on my feed? All right, Palantir about to break even. About to break even for the day. Come on. It's at negative 0.08%. AMC is just down 1%. So a bunch of buying here. Any tips on growing such a beautiful lion's mane? So here is the thing about growing your hair out. Here's the thing no one tells you about. All you have to do is not cut it, and it just turns into this. I've had my hair trimmed 3 times in the last 2.5 years, and it just turned into this. I don't know. That's it. Can I explain how the capital gains tax works? Does that 30% hit when you sell your shares, or does it only hit when you withdraw from your brokerage account? So it's when you sell your shares. However, the tax rate is slightly different depending on how long you hold your equity. So let's look at the capital gains tax chart. Another reason why it's better to hold things long term if at all possible. So let's see. Hopefully this is up to date. Capital gains tax rates. I guess this is a calculator. We can try this out. Okay. So short-term capital gains is taxed at your ordinary income tax rate, your tax bracket. Long-term capital gains is taxed on profits of the sale of an asset held for more than a year. Long-term capital gains tax rate is 0%, 15%, or 20%, depending on your taxable income and filing status. So if your income is less than $40,000, your long-term capital gains tax rate is 0. I actually didn't even know that. And it's 15% if you're between $400,000 and $441,000 in income, and 20% above $441,000. So let's use this calculator. Let's see. Enter your purchase price. So let's say you bought $5,000 worth of Bitcoin. You sold it for $10,000. You enter in your 2020 taxable income. Let's say your taxable income was $60,000. We'll do 1 year or less. Okay, so your estimated tax on that $5,000 in profit, $1,100 if you held it for less than a year. If you held it for more than a year, it's $750. So there you go. This calculator's on NerdWallet. As always, taxes are much more complicated than just take off 15% or whatever. Yeah, I think long hair actually takes potentially less work. There's a phase where you're growing your hair out where very short hair is the least amount of work. But then once it gets like this long, it's way more work, because then you wake up and you look like a gremlin, and it's and you have to actually do something to it. Like this, you wake up and it just looks like this. So this is some interesting mix of stock and cosmetology chat. Nice cup and handle. Let's check. We got a real, just beautiful George W. right here, though. Beautiful. Palantir in the positive. Look at that. We got out of the pits of despair. Moving on up. Moving on up. Not too shabby. Bitcoin at 58,000. Top 3 stocks for 2021. That is a good question. I'm going to have to go with Palantir as my current favorite. AMC. AMC is one of those where it's either going to hit big. I'm just not, no one knows for sure what's going to happen. I'm not, with AMC, I like it, but I'm just not 100% confident like I could be with just a valuation, because this is just so much to do with public sentiment. If people are able to buy and hold, I think it's absolutely possible that the thing would squeeze. But as far as top stocks go, I'd have to go Palantir for my favorite like growth stock. My favorite value stock. Tyson is almost not on my value stock list anymore. It's right on the, like, if you're still looking for a value play, I think that's still good. And then probably also Berkshire Hathaway. I thought it might be overvalued, but recently I've realized that it's not. I think it's still a good time to buy into, get a couple Berkshire B shares as the little solid base of your portfolio, and expect 15 to 20% for the next 10 years. What would be a good entry point for Palantir? Honestly, we're there right now. We're at 24 bucks. There's a lot of people last week who wish that they could have got in at 24 bucks. I think this is a good entry point. It's as good as I think about as good as you're going to get. You know, we were at 23.39 earlier today, but yeah. Let's zoom this out a little bit. I don't think we're going to see another $20 price point. I mean, we could. If Palantir, for whatever reason, went down into the teens, 18, 17 bucks, that would be a situation where I would buy. I'd buy more for sure. But I don't think that's going to happen, and that's why I was okay with buying in the low to the mid 20s. My average share is 22.44, so if you hopped in right now, you'd be a couple percentage points above me, which isn't too bad, to be honest, if you're looking to hold long term. Short term, I don't know what's going to happen here, short term, because just last week we've gone down 10% in the last week. I couldn't have told you if it was going to go down 10% or up 10% from last week to this week. So, but if you're holding long term, I think you'll be okay. I have some shares of Ford here on my Webull account. Where is it? There's Ford. I don't even know how many shares I have. I think I have like 50 shares of Ford or something like that. It's up 2% today, though. Let's see. Roblox was doing, I guess they went down a little bit since then. I know they saw some pretty high peaks. Was it yesterday? Yeah, they're at 79 bucks, I think. Yeah, 79.10 yesterday. And now they're all over the place, the volatility. Will I be posting videos over the weekend? Yes, I will. It's going to be a little weird because I'm getting new AC units tomorrow, so that's going to kind of get in my way a little bit. But AC units are just ridiculous. I know this isn't why you guys are here, but man, those things are expensive. I got 3 different quotes. My favorite one was $14,500. I'm like, oh, jeez. If I only owned this house for like 4 years. But, whatever. It's not hot in Arizona quite yet, but it's gonna be. So I'd rather just get it replaced before I need them. They still work, but they're on their last legs. They're like 20 years old, the ones I have. What apps am I using to live stream? So I'm not sure if you're referring to this brokerage account is Webull, which is what I have pinned in the comments there. To actually stream, I I'm using Restream right now, which is a website where you can like add people on, but I have a bunch of like I have this stream switcher down here. You unfortunately can't see it. Called ATEM Mini Pro. Love that thing. All my gear, if anyone's curious, all my gear is also linked in the description, like literally everything that I use. So if anyone wants to have like their own, you know, similar gear and setup. Paid for by Big Seltzer. That's a shirt right there. How many feet are you cooling? My house is only like 3,000-ish, 3,000 and something square feet. Yeah, they'll last a long time. Plus, the value of my house has gone up like crazy. I mean, I don't have like a super fancy house or anything, but I bought it when I was 21 for $365,000, and I'm just now I'm getting it refinanced with rates being so low. I just signed the package yesterday, but now it's valued at $565,000 for almost 4 years later. So I don't even know what's the math there. 565 minus 365. So in 4 years it's gone up. I should have been able to do that in my head. I got up $200,000. So I've made 50 grand a year on that house. It's absolutely nutty. And I thought I was buying it at the top of the market. Yeah, if you're comparing it to the East Coast, I suppose that's big, but Arizona, it's not that big. I would pay double for a house that Jesus lived in. All right, so we might. Oh, also, am I still in YouTube jail? I think so. So what I did, I might be on my way out of prison. Let's see if I still have the copyright. Yeah, so I still have the copyright claims right now. So what I did, because I didn't want to contest all 62 copyright claims on my channel, I just deleted the stream that had all the issues on it, just kind of hoping that that solves my problems, and maybe after all those go away, I'll be fine. So maybe in a few days we'll see how what my copyright claim status is at, because I really think that'll help. Max, you're talking about stocks, hair grooming, house AC. I'm loving this. Keep it up. You're the calm before Speedy Gonzalez gets on. Dang, Not a Dead Chicken says they bought their house for $85,000 and they can put it on the market for $325,000. Now there is a nice little percentage gain. Any thoughts on BlackRock or Vanguard pushing hard for AMC and GME today? I know I saw a couple mentions of that with Trey. I'm actually not 100% familiar of the news, so let's just see if I can pull anything up real quick. News. Not seen anything newer than 2 weeks ago. If someone wants to send me some information that I can pull up, or let me know. What software am I using to capture myself? Bottom right recording. Okay, so this recording that I'm doing is kind of a complicated setup. So it's going through my switcher, which sets up this screen that you're seeing and puts me on it. It's the ATEM Mini Pro. But then I'm also going through additional software So it's going through software with the switcher and then through additional software with the Restream software. So I can make calls. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I'm not seeing this BlackRock Vanguard news. Nothing recently, anyways. Everything is like weeks old. It's a good idea. Someone says put AMC, GME in the title. That's not a bad idea at all. So let's just go ahead and do that. I'm open to suggestions, you know? What are my thoughts? Crap, I just missed this one. Thoughts on A1. Let's check that out. Why SPAC stock 1 just popped. Okay, so it's a special purpose acquisition company. If you're not certain about why exactly what exactly one is, that's not surprising. It's a bit confusing. So let me unpack this for you. The stock ticker AONE used to belong to rechargeable car battery maker A123 Systems, but this was acquired. Now what? But if one announced its SPAC transaction last month, the transaction won't close for another 3 or 4 months. Why is one stock moving today? It's not always easy to understand what stocks do, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That doesn't. My guess is they don't have any revenue, so it's going to be really hard for me to say whether I like this company or not. It's up about 1% today. Yeah, it's really hard for me to say. It's very subjective. Any thoughts with GameStop today? So I think that we'll end up positive today. It's my intuition, and I think a lot of the craziness is going to happen in the last hour, the true witching hour of the day. So it might be kind of calm until then, and we're not really sure. Things could happen, but volume's very low right now. Like under 50,000 shares a minute for most minutes, it seems like. AMC volume's fairly low as well. Palantir's back down in the negative. There we are, back in the 23 bucks. So there's, if you want another, if you've been waiting for your buy-in, there it is. See, there's more volume with Palantir than there is AMC right now. That's kind of crazy. Let's see what the most purchased stocks were yesterday. On Fidelity anyways. So Tesla number 1. I guess the most ordered. AMC, GME, Palantir is number 9. Well, Sundell Growers back on number 8. AMD number 15. Someone says I'm not affected by drops anymore. That's a good place to be. That is a very good place to be. The key to not being affected by your drops is, well, either investing an amount that you're not too worried about, or doing your DD up front, getting that DD. Let's see here. Talks about Palantir finally turns green. Keep talking about it. I mean, this thing's been swinging between negative and positive all morning. Oh, looks like we're about to eke past positive for the day. 0.1% away from eking past that positive mark. Come on, you can do it. AMC, not too shabby. GameStop. Okay, we might be seeing a little rally here. We might be seeing a little rally here. Oh, I think also I've decided we're going to do a little giveaway for those who are like level 2 members. Like you can get full Discord access. What day is it today? It's the 19th. So we'll do a week. We'll say next week, the 26th, we'll do a giveaway for all level 2 channel members here. I'm going to do a $500 giveaway to one channel member, level 2 channel member. So we can get that. Now we have the Discord ripping and roaring. Let's get a bunch of members on there. We'll do a $500 giveaway next week on Friday. So join if you want to join. All you have to do is click that join button, level 2, true Neandernaut, and then you just connect your Discord account with your YouTube account, and it'll sync up and you'll have access to the Discord. And that Discord is linked in the description. So yeah, $500. Yeah, keep on building out that Discord. What does level 3 get me? We haven't really built out level 3 quite yet. So as of right now, it's if you're just feeling super generous, of course. You don't have to do any of this. But we'll build out something additional for we'll build out something additional for the level 3. Someone says Trey is easy listening, or Max is easy listening, whereas Trey is heavy metal. Yeah, I'm like a cup of green tea. Trey is like a can of Monster Energy, original flavor, that bright black and green can. I'm gonna join under my mom's account. There you go. All right. Andrew Mo's like a nice coffee. That is very accurate. Andrew's actually doing a charity stream today. I know he wanted to chat. Let's see here. Andrew Mo. Let's see. All right. Okay, let's see, what are we looking at here? Palantir. If there's a particular stock you want me to look into, go ahead and comment that below. I'll pick a couple to do a little dive into. AMC looks like they're eking up almost positive now at this point. Got a nice little W. Let's see here. Oh, let's do Alibaba. We haven't looked at that one on the stream yet before. So Alibaba Stock, a massive market cap of $652 billion. Revenue per employee of 622,000. PDE of 29, which actually isn't horrible considering it's a tech company. High growth. Well, maybe they're not so high growth anymore now that they're already a behemoth. Price of sales of 6.85. Let's see here. And maybe they are still high growth. Up 29% in the last year, 49% the year before that. Hot dog. Even their 5-quarter trend looks pretty good. Saw a big jump in the last quarter, up 48%. I'm sure their stock price reacted to that. No, their stock price went down. Huh. What do they have for debt? $473 million, right? Million or billion? 473 billion. Yeah, that sounds more accurate. In debt. 473 billion. So 473 divided by 167 million in net income. That's pretty good. They could pay off all their debt in 2.8 years. What's their earnings per share has increased dramatically as well. This actually might not be a bad buy. It's not a perfect hop-in price, but it's not bad. That's for sure. We've been up to 317 in the last year. What's the historical trend line? So it's not too bad when we look at the maximum. Excuse me. So yeah, this actually doesn't seem like a bad buy, and I would obviously have to do much more digging here to be 100% sure of that, but it seems pretty good. Let's see here. We had a good entry point for CHEK. Looking forward to their U.S. clinical trials, late 2021. Should be good since the trials in Israel went well. So do they not have any sales? It's always so hard when they have no sales. Yeah, no sales. it just makes it so much more subjective as to what the price should be. I mean, the price has just been declining over the last 3 years. So if you're confident of this clinical trial, I would say now isn't a bad time to hop in. I mean, you know, you're looking at the difference between $2 and, you know, high $1. If you're in it for like long-term clinical trials, it doesn't really matter if you buy it now or down 10%. Because it should play out according to your logic. Of course, I don't know, you know, anything about this company or the odds of them actually being approved or anything like that, but you know, it doesn't seem like we're on a wild spike right now, is what I'm saying. I think Jack Ma is back now, isn't he? Didn't they find him? Pretty sure. Yes, we are up to 201,000 subscribers. That's pretty mind-blowing, honestly. Oh, you know what? I think we could look at something kind of interesting. Let's see here. I'm not sure how well this feature works. Audience. I suppose I should learn how to use this feature. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time digging into the analytics. But 1 year ago, on March about 25th, I had like 3,000 subscribers. So in 1 year, I've gone up about 200,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing. Took a year to get 3,000 subscribers and then another year to get, hopefully by then, 203,000. I'm not sure exactly, in 10 days. Oh, Palantir's positive, plus 0.5%. All right, now let's just see this thing go to the moon, why don't we? Oh, Tyson Foods is negative for the first time in a long time. For those looking for an entry point in GameStop, I mean, now might not be a bad hop-in point. We're coming down from peaks. If you're expecting this thing to rocket, now might be the time to do it. And the same with AMC. Same kind of deal. We saw a peak of $14.50 yesterday. Now we're at $13.96. Thoughts on Quadruple Witching Day? So I think it's just we have this running list of catalysts for the potential stock squeeze, and the Quadruple Witching Day just adds to that list. Is it the difference between a squeeze happening and not? I don't know. I'm not sure. I estimated that it might increase the probabilities of a squeeze this day versus any other day by 10% or something like that. But all that increased frenzy and activity in the market and just the thoughts behind, hey, today's going to be a big day, might be enough to push that thing, make it happen. We're not really sure. Volume's been pretty low so far today. I think if we see any big spikes in price, then if we see prices jump up 10%, 15%, there's going to be a bunch of people who are like, oh, today's the day, let's hop on, and we're going to see volume go through the roof. But also I think We have additional factors on top of the quadruple witching. We have stimulus checks that people are just getting in their accounts and potentially transferring to their brokerage accounts. We have tax returns getting back. You know, there's a lot of factors that are just building up and building up and building up. Where's that worker with your coffee? He doesn't start for a little while, so it might be a bit yet. There's no rush here. I got to send a link. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second here. Un momento. All right. I do still have my sparkling water. Thoughts on Mavis? I think it's interesting. I haven't spent too much time digging into their technicals. It's always so they're in an interesting position where they're kind of spinning their core focus from this wide variety of products to fewer products, and that can go one of two ways. It can fall flat or it can do extremely well. And you need to base your opinion on that as to what's the sector that they're focusing on, what's the management's ability, what's their track record, what kind of finances do they have backing them to make this thing happen, is it trending in the right direction? So I'd have to really dig in to see, you know, do all those stars align? And has the price already 100% absorbed the potential for success in the future? If it's already 100% absorbed, there's not really a good point in hopping in unless you're like this is the company of all companies. So I know there's a lot of people who like that company, but me personally, I just hesitate always to give like a firm check this one out, buy this, sell that. Of course, not financial advice unless I've done like tons of diligence. Thoughts on, let's see here. Thoughts on DPW? Let's check that out. AULT Global Holdings. DPW stock. So sales really jumped up 2018 to 2019. How's their last year's sales? Because we don't have 2020 on here yet. Come on, click the button. All right, kind of flat. Not super impressive in the last year. Okay, what's going on here? Market Watch. Do they have any net income? No, they don't. And it's kind of trending downwards. Very low price to sales. What is their market cap? Okay, it's $100 million. So $100 million market cap. Now that's a price to sales of 4. See, Market Watch, their calculation isn't always accurate there. Some of these ratios you need to do yourself for sure. Not sure what they do though. investment holding company. The company, through its subsidiaries, invests defense and aerospace, telecom, medical, crypto mining. Oh, crypto mining, that's why they're popular. Hospitality, textile, and corporate lending markets. And they do it all. Renaissance company. Have they seen a recent increase? Okay, so they've seen a couple. They got the forked price. So what happened here where their share price went to $4,000? What? This looks like a stock squeeze chart. Went 10x from $400 to 4,000. Wow. Okay. Let me just go ahead and drink some more decaf coffee and pretend like it's doing something. Can I look at LBTI? Sure, why not? Lithium and boron technology. Market cap $371 million. 5-year trend looks okay. They had a big jump, 7,000% increase in sales from 2016 to 2017. Net income barely negative by $100,000. 5-quarter trend looks okay as well. Oof, PDE of 258, price to sales of 10. Engages in the manufacturing of boric acid and operates through the manufacture and sale of boric acid segment. Yeah, no kidding. Boric acid industry, I spelled forecast wrong, forecast. Let's see what they have to say here. Significant growth rate attributed to growing energy saving appliance markets. Not seeing a percentage of potential growth though. Anywho. Oh, I'm on Andrew's stream right now. What up, Andrew? Oh, he's right here. Hold on a second.
We are 3,000 away on Phil. I think I'm just arrived on Max's screen. Uh-oh.
What's going on?
Hello.
What is going
there's
on?
No echo. I'm gonna have to mute you for a hot sec.
Okay, no problem.
Until we fix that echo. The only way there could be an echo is that I am streaming. I don't think that I am. So I'm gonna try unmuting you real quick.
Okay.
Nope.
Little check.
So let me see. MacBook. So let's see if that fixes it.
Check.
Hello. Nope, not working. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try again in a little bit, but for now we are trying to get Max Maher on the show, and he has just made a really good introduction to the quadruple on his channel. But if you guys haven't yet seen it, for those of you who are on that channel, hello. This is the day where stock index futures, stock index options, stock options, and single stock futures expire simultaneously, while stock options and contracts expire every third Friday of every month. All four assets expire simultaneously on the third Friday of March, which is today, June, September, and December. So this is a once in a blue opportunity, as well as ETFs rebalancing. So we're going to see just a ton of volatility. Oh, Tyler Hilliard is asking what's the best way to learn all this terminology. Well, Investopedia is one of the great ways, but another way is just to subscribe to my channel, Max's channel, and learn it from us.
Is he still echoing? Let me know. Let me know if he's still echoing.
To see if there's any shenanigans that happen, because we have covered the cup and handle a lot. We've covered the cup and handle.
Is there still an echo there? Let me know. It's fixed? Okay. I'm going to turn it back on.
I'm muted right now. J Kim says, okay, so J Kim, what are we watching for? We are watching to see if that cup and handle reverses and starts that squeeze, or if these contracts are going to give us something to expect from Monday. Because like you said, Monday is going to be an important day, also where GME earnings are going to come out as well. Gino St. Star says, Hector, keep our Andrew caffeinated for all the pups, diamond hands, and the meatball army. Much love. I really appreciate that. Hector, the best friend, coming in with the coffee each morning. Andrew Mo Money, the teenage witch, says Isaac Cortez. That makes sense. It is witching day. It is witching day.
We'll let him figure out his echoing business and then and then get back. Here, I'm just going to send him a quick message and say, let me know when you have the echo figured out. There's an... Oh. All right, solo. We're back to solo for now. Andrew is a great guy. Very knowledgeable on all things AMC and GameStop. But let's look back at our charts here. I think there was a, let's see here. There was a super chat that I think I missed. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Red Gotti. I appreciate the super chat. What do I think about WY? Let's take a look at that. Weyerhaeuser. So let's just go into their, let's look at the news first, see if there's any recent news. You still hear me on Andrew's feed? I'm not sure how that's working. Anyways, Weyerhaeuser stock stands out in a strong industry. One stock that might be an intriguing choice for investors right now is Weyerhaeuser. This is because this security in the buildings projects wood space is seeing solid earnings estimate revision activity. It's a great company from a Zacks industry rank perspective. Okay. Let's look at their sales. Wait, is the audio all right now? Let me know if the audio is all right here. We'll look at this stock. Is there a problem with my audio still? Good? Audio's okay, cool. Sweet. Market cap of 25 billion. Oh, this is much larger than I thought it was, this company. Engages in the manufacture, distribution, and sale of forest products. It operates through the following business segments. Okay. P to E of 33. Price to sales of 3.33. Looks like it's slowly increasing price. Had a little bit of a down year in 2019. Has a positive net income, so that's always good. 700 and almost $800 million in net income. And I didn't mean to click that. I meant to click on the balance sheet. What are their total liabilities? Okay, so it'd take about 10 years to pay off all their liabilities with income. Not the greatest. We want that really under 5 years, if at all possible. So manages private commercial forest land worldwide, which engage in growing and harvesting trees for lumber, building, pulp, paper, and other wood products. The real estate and ENR segment deliver premiums to timber value. Okay, so they might be seeing a big jump up in price because their supply costs for like building houses and stuff has skyrocketed this year. Like lumber is so expensive this year. Something to consider when looking at a company like this, my guess is it's very asset heavy. Let me see. I'm trying to go to their balance sheet. Come on, go to their balance sheet. Where's their total assets? 16.31 billion in assets. We compare that to their sales. Asset to sale ratio, just over 2. It would be about 2.1. Because you would rather have a company that has low assets, or you'd rather have a company that has a high level of earnings relative to their assets. So the example that I like to give is, let's say you have a company who makes $100,000 in profit on $1 million in assets. In order to theoretically increase that profit to $200,000, you probably have to increase assets by about another $1 million. Now, let's say you have a company that has $100,000 in profit on $10 million in assets. Now you have to double $10 million to make an additional $100,000. So it's a much better business long term if you can buy that one or run that one that has the lower amount of assets. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh, Palantir up 1.5% now at this point. AMC trying to creep its way back to positive numbers. I think it's possible. Of course, we're only 1/3% away from making that happen. Let's see. All right, we had another stock to look at here. Sure, we'll look at VERU. So this is a pharmaceutical company. Reports Q1 loss tops, revenue estimates revised. Let's see here. Sales revenue. Okay, so the sales trend looks great. Nice little stairway to heaven we got there. Do they have income? No income yet. Not really a clear trend as to what's happening with the income either. 5-quarter trend looks pretty good as well as far as sales go. Oh, and they actually had a profitable quarter. That might be their first profitable quarter. Now, it's much easier to have a profitable quarter than it is to have a profitable year. So we have to consider that. And it looks like it doesn't quite pay off the whole year. But wait, let's see. What was their net income? No, negative 18 million. P to E ratio of 7.24. That's pretty high. Price to sales of 4. Revenue per employee, 125,000, which is definitely on the low end. Market cap of $1 billion. Oh, so it's an oncology biopharmaceutical company engaged in developing novel medicines for the management of prostate cancer and breast cancer. Its prostate cancer drug candidates include Veru-111, an oral alpha and beta tubulin inhibitor. So, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, they have profits, which is much more than a lot of biotech companies. Their price to sales is only 4, which is also not too extremely shabby. So it's one worth looking into more if you're interested in kind of the biotech cancer fighting type investments. In the event of an Amazon purchase, what effect would that have on a short squeeze, if any? Would hedge funds try to get out before the acquisition, triggering a short squeeze, hold past the short squeeze? Would this maximize profits? But, I mean, one thing it would do is potentially take available shares off the market, which could help a squeeze. So I think it would ultimately be beneficial. I mean, the squeeze that gets referenced all the time is Volkswagen, and that largely happened because Porsche purchased tons of shares and then was willing to hold them through the squeeze period. So having a big institution like that would definitely help things because they'd be much less likely to sell on dips and things like that than just 100,000 individual investors would. So ultimately, I think it would help. Yeah, we'll see what happens here with Palantir. 1 second here. Oops, gotta tell my coffee order. I forgot about my coffee order. It's on the way. All right. Look at that, George W. This thing's poised to take off. So we might, I don't know, we might just see this thing ride up from here for the rest of the day. AMC, it just does not want to break that positive little resistance point, which I suppose would be, what are we at right now? 13.97, probably about 14 bucks. Is that real resistance point? To 14.01. We got the W playing out here. GameStop seems like it's just been kind of flat, just tried to push up, just kind of consolidating though around these same prices. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. I think my coffee here is going to, or my coffee is going to be here very soon. As we can see, yeah, I'm still in, I'm still in YouTube jail as far as my streams go. My regular videos are fine, but yeah, streaming, I don't know how that works due to all those copyright claims that I got, but that's how it goes. So make sure you like that stream, or not. We're still having fun either way. CRM, sure. Unless are you trying to say CTRM? I don't know. CRM stock? What company is this? Oh, it's Salesforce. Duh. Yeah, we haven't really dug into Salesforce quite yet, so let's see. I have to make a sacrifice. I have to do a sacrificial lamb here on stream. Market cap, $192 billion. Man, that's crazy. Look at that. That is a perfect 5-year sales trend. Perfect. And net income kind of all over the place with the quarterly, on the quarterly basis. Let's see. Wow, huge jump in net income here in 2020, up 3,000% in income. Holy smokes, what's the P to E here? P to E of 48. Honestly, not like crazy high considering that their income went up 3,000%. That's crazy. Price of sales of 9.8. So their gross margin is 72%. They have $21 billion in sales, and their net income was $4 billion. 19% net profit or net income to revenue, which is so crazy for a huge company. Like, we talked about this on the Discord a little bit, but my goal for a local business is 20% margins. So a much smaller business. So to have a business this big with 19% margins, that's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. So how's the stock fared in the recent past? It actually didn't really jump up that. This is a 3-year chart. Oop, that's 1 day. I meant to do 1 year. Wow, it didn't really jump up that dramatically with these really good fourth quarter results. I'm surprised it's not higher actually. Just based on face level, I think that this is probably a good long-term hold. It's probably not bad. I think my coffee is here, so I'm going to do a little break for a second. I'll be right back in a minute. The coffee is here. We're back in business. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's see here. Palantir though, up almost 2%. Might be seeing a little bit of a rally. Let's see here. Oh, actually, I have a video to post as well, so I might as well do that right now. Go ahead and post this. All right. We're back. What do your workers think you do? They know I have a YouTube channel. They know what I'm doing in here. They don't just think I'm locking myself away for who knows what. I guess it might be a little weird because I don't really talk about the YouTube channel too much, like just to really anyone. It's just kind of like something I do. So that might be a little weird that I don't like talk about it a whole lot. But if anyone has any questions, yeah, I'll answer any question. I'll talk about it, whatever. Let's see here. Is Tesla down today? Let's see. Oh, it's down just a tiny bit. Was it down yesterday as well? I mean, it's down in the 600s. Some people would say that's a discount, I suppose. If we zoom out, man, it was up to 900 at one point. So conflicted with Tesla. I mean, it probably will just continue going up. Thoughts on View? Let's check it out. CF Finance Acquisition Corp. So is this a SPAC? It's an American glass manufacturing company that produces smart glass based on electrochromism. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Does it have View Systems Incorporated? Your chill approach makes me treat my wife's boyfriend better. Thanks you. Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, so it looks like they don't really have... So they have some sales. 53 million in sales. I don't like... Let's go to Market Watch. View Incorporated. Oh, smart windows. Okay, that's interesting. Financials, no financial data. Ugh. Let's see if I can find their website or something. Investor. Man, we're not really finding much here about this company. I don't. Events and presentations. Management presentation. Yeah, I don't know what we... This isn't giving me like enough information to really build much of an opinion off of this. So they have a really good group of directors. They've made smart long-term moves with their others, while the others have been struggling. Plus 77% institutional holdings they aren't selling. Okay, so there's a little bit on that. Sai, I'm not sure why you were muted. Yeah, definitely don't want to mute people if they're just giving their opinions, but if they're like being hateful or something towards other people, you know, then you can mute people. But opinions are fine, in my opinion. Oh, there was another super that we just missed, but a stock. Let's see here. GRIL. They're expanding their sources of revenue. Oh, Muscle Maker. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of comments here. Down 3% today, but this coffee is still super hot. So let's just open that up. Let this cool off for a second. All right, Muscle Maker Grill. Let's see if we can find some news here. Expands its brand offerings. This is a while ago, January 28th. Parent company of Muscle Maker. Burger Joe's will offer a combination of healthier for you and cheat day burgers. Okay. I thought the news was more recent than that. So their 5-year sales trend is actually declining. 5-quarter, a little bit all over the place. Their sales seem very low. It doesn't seems weird to me how low they are actually. Is this the right company? I guess so. Their sales are just so low, I'm surprised I've even heard of this company before. I guess good brand recognition, I suppose. So, I mean, the declining sales are always a huge concern. Let's look at the 1-year trend. Okay, so it's kind of all over the place here. I mean, from what we've seen so far, it's hard exactly to say that this company will definitely increase in price in the long term. It's very hard to say that that's a definite. Seems like a good company, but I'm not seeing like a ton of proof that it's a great company. Now, if anyone has any articles or anything like that they want me to look at regarding this company, I'd be happy to pull them up. But just based on what I've seen so far. Okay. AMC just still doesn't want to quite be positive. Be positive, AMC. Hi, Max. With the bank not extending the relief for bank, I'm not sure what that means. Really wish this coffee wasn't so hot. Let's see. There was one we wanted to look at. Thoughts on MP? Sure, we'll look at MP. This person says that they think that they are undervalued after the most recent earnings. So let's take a look at their most recent earnings. $6 billion market cap. Sometimes these buttons on Market Watch just don't want to work. Okay. No data available. What's going on here, Market Watch? Financials. Oh, I guess I was curious about this. What is, we can look at their investor presentation. MP Materials. Let's just see if we can find their website and do that real quick. Here's a presentation. Fourth quarter results. Achieved record fourth quarter and full year production and sales. 70% up year over year. Revenue up. Oh, realized prices up 70%. Revenue up 100% year over year to 42.2 million. Excuse the yawns. Might have a few yawns until this coffee starts surging through my system. MP stock. Now, have they not gone up as a result? Well, 42 million in sales with a market cap of 6.73 billion. That seems like they've more than absorbed the price. I don't have deep financials to look at, unfortunately. Oh, the Fed's not extending relief for bank SLR. How will it impact the market? So it probably will impact it slightly, but they also still said that they're not going to increase interest rates for the foreseeable future, and they're going to keep on buying assets, so or like buying bonds and assets. So I think ultimately it probably isn't going to affect it too dramatically. Let's see like how the Nasdaq is doing. Okay, so the Nasdaq is pretty flat, up 0.47%. Okay. Sometimes I move. Yeah, I probably need to move around a little more. Okay. The Yahoo article has a lot on MP. All right, let's check that out. Fourth quarter revenue grew 100% year over year. Net income increased 23.3x year over year to 24.1 million. MP made significant progress through 2020 towards our mission to restore the full rare earth supply chain to the United States, in addition to strengthening our balance sheet through a successful business combination. We ramped up our production of rare earths by nearly 40%, scaled our team to over 300 people, and put in motion our Stage 2 optimization plan at Mountain Pass. Oh, here's some financials. Okay. Product sales, 21 million in sales in 2019, 42 million in 2020. And they have a net income of 24 million. So their wow. Looks like they have a margin of like 50% then? That seems pretty crazy. But their price to sales still doesn't quite make sense to me. Just doing rough figures, we'll do 6 billion divided by sales of 42 million. The price to sales of 142. That's very high. Very high. What else do we have here? AESE, let's look at that. Allied Esports Entertainment. Okay. Looks like there's some recent news potentially. Is Allied Esports Entertainment stock worth a buy on Wednesday? One other reason Allied Esports is gaining, okay? Amid acquisition speculation. There's a ton of speculation in the esports sector, all because of a recent tweet from Ryan Cohen, CEO of... Wait. Ryan Cohen isn't the CEO of GameStop, is he? Now? Yeah. What is this bogus? Ryan Cohen, CEO of GameStop? What? Well, the Reddit... That's ridiculous. Well, the Reddit crowd appears to believe this cryptic tweet is decodable. Some believe this tweet references the potential for GameStop to move into the esports sector. The frog and ice cream have been connected to Super League Gaming's CEO. Additionally, on February 25th, Citron Research released a report suggesting GameStop buy Esports Entertainment Group, GMBL. This has poured gasoline on what was already a hot sector to these announcements. The announcements made in mid-January that Allied would be selling its poker-related business, including the World Poker Tour, has investors excited. Not only was the $78 million deal a nice cash infusion for the company, it included a guaranteed revenue share of 5% of WPT-branded tournament entry fees up to a maximum of $10 million over the next 3 years. Okay. Taking a look at their financials, no data available. That's an interesting one, though. Nevertheless, Palantir reverting back to the fairly flat. Let's see here. Someone says, I learned about round 1 and round 2 paycheck protection through your videos. I own a short-term rental, but was told I need to file a Schedule E for 2020. Does that disqualify me? No, you can still file for the paycheck protection program. You just have to use the normal application. You just can't use the fast lane application for that. Let's see here. What other stocks do we want to look up? Am I going to buy stock today? I'm not sure. I thought about potentially buying some Bitcoin if we saw it dip, but it's looking like it might not dip today. Hold on 1 second here. Let me drink a sip of coffee while this is loading. Come on. Coffee's pretty good. This is just black coffee, so, you know, black coffee's black coffee. My favorite stocks are, let's look at Axon, AXON. Axon Enterprise. Oh, Scottsdale, Arizona-based company. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to go stop by some point. Let's take a look at their financials. Nice. Nice 5-year trend. Net income, a little shaky all over the place. Quarterly trend, I'm assuming, is pretty good. Yep, pretty good. Okay. What's their historical stock price look like? Oh, wow. Ramped up in 2020, and looks like they're on a little bit of a dip right now. So for those, this might be a little potential hop-in point for those interested in this company, Axon Enterprise. What is their price to sales of 11? Why is there oh yeah, they don't have earnings yet. Market cap, $9 billion. That's very high market cap. Worth checking into a little bit more. Also, if anyone has any stimulus-related questions, I'm happy to answer those too. Happy. Can I check out IVR? Sure, let's do that. Invesco Mortgage Capital Incorporated. Stock underperforms Thursday when compared to competitors. So the 5-year trend, oh wow. What's going on here? Why did they see such a huge decline? Engages in investing, financing, and managing residential and commercial mortgage-backed securities and mortgage loans. Negative almost $1 billion in sales? How does that even happen? They lost 476% in sales. That is nuts. I would say this seems like a very risky stock to jump in based on that. Yeah, it seems like the stock has absorbed that as well. Do you know why Social Security recipients have not yet received payment? So there's a couple reasons. If they filed the non-filer tool the first time around and there was no changes or anything since then, they would have had to do the non-filer tool, I think, before November 27th. But if they did that, then they should just receive the payment. It might just be a little while. Because remember, these payments get rolled out. It's not like just a button is pressed and everyone gets their payment. If there was any changes, if there was any changes, like maybe they have a dependent that they claimed, or for whatever reason they didn't file the non-filers tool the first time around when it was open, then there could be some delays there. But if they received it the first time, chances are they don't have to do anything to receive it again. Can I demonstrate how to churn economic butter, or do we need a super chat $4.69 for that? That's funny. There's a t-shirt idea too, churning the economic butter. How long after the promissory note is signed before you get funds deposited? I assume that's for the PPP. So there's kind of two things you need to sign. You first need to sign a document before it gets sent to the SBA, and then once you receive the funding back, you approve it. So depending on which one, if it's the one that you get after the SBA has approved it, it takes a few days. But if it's before the SBA, it can take a couple of weeks still, because the SBA still has to do all their processing on their end. Boom, 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 boom. Do I think there's going to be $2,000 reoccurring checks? I don't think that that's likely because I don't think that reoccurring checks could be approved through budget reconciliation, and I think that they would need budget reconciliation to pass any additional stimulus. I wouldn't rule it out completely that there could potentially be a fourth stimulus check. Of course, we can't guarantee that, but theoretically, they could do the same budget reconciliation process and pass additional checks. They're already on the track to pass additional check or pass an additional bill through their infrastructure bill, which is going to be like $3 to $4 trillion, and that'll likely use budget reconciliation as well. Okay. Any other any other stimulus questions? I'm happy to answer. Someone says, I did my taxes through Free Taxes USA and printed it out to send to Womply. Got my PPP. How do I actually send it to the IRS to get the $600 stimulus? So if you file your taxes, you should just get it deposited to whichever account you receive your refund to, or you'll get mailed a check. Doesn't really matter who or how you filed your taxes. Well, if you file electronically, it's going to be processed a lot faster. If you file paper, you're probably not going to receive your check for a couple months. AMC starting to break even here. Not too shabby. All right. With GMEs hiring 4,000 people and need for capital, what are the odds that they issue more stock on earnings day? Are there required documents or notification times for us to get ahead of? I mean, you'll definitely know ahead of time before they issue new stock. I think what they should do is a stock split. And, maybe even like 10 to 1 or something like that. Get these share prices down to $19. That would drive the price up. I think you need to have a 30-day heads up before you do that. But if you got the price down to $19, it probably would go right to $30. Do I have a Patreon that you can subscribe to? I don't have a Patreon, but I do have the YouTube channel membership. All you have to do is click that join button. And also, if you do that on level 2, you get access to the Discord, and also anyone who joins that level 2 channel membership before Friday of next week will be part of a $500 giveaway to one level 2 member. So there you go. And as of right now, because we're really just new to these memberships and the Patreon, there's not like a ton of people who are a part of it. So yeah, pretty good odds of getting the $500 right now. Like $500 is way more than what I've made on the membership so far. Palantir. Who here in this chat is holding Palantir? That's my question. If you're holding Palantir, give me an I. Let's see how much I don't even know if I really want to look, because we were up like 22% at one point. And I'm probably up like 6% now. Let's see. I'm still up 8%, so I can't complain. Oh, A, nay, I. 9,000 shares? Holy smokes. What's your, so Devin here in the chat, you say you have 9,000 shares. What's your average buy-in? $9,000 shares. So that's and 2470 average. Oh, so you're teetering right on the edge there. Are you still giving away the Webull stocks? I don't give them away, but Webull gives them away. Yeah, that's that pinned comment here on the stream. You'll get 2 free stocks, and I'll get a stock. So there you go. Yeah, thinking about doing another Palantir video, just an update video after these recent dips. Compiling some recent news. Maybe we'll become the Palantir channel. I don't know. Live on the edge you are, Devin. The amount of conviction I have in Palantir is insane. Well, here you join the stream for some confirmation bias. Oh, Express is up 10% again today. They've had some big green days. Let's look at their financials, though. So they did have decreasing, 2021. How do they have 2021 on there already? Something's funky. Oh, they already have their Q1 2020 numbers? Huh. They're ahead of the game. Apes can't spell confirmation bias. That's true. Net income. Fairly low net income given their revenue figures. I mean, fundamentally, it doesn't seem like the strongest company, but meme stock-wise, it seems like it might rise up. GameStop still just floating down a couple percentage points. Oh, looks like it's starting to fight and push up, though. We might break those negatives. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for the bless yous. Let me drink some more water. I'm feeling this this coffee start to surge through me. I'm feeling a little bit better. What shampoo brand are you sponsored by? I'm not sponsored by any shampoo, but I should be. That one brand, Kiehl's, did email me once, but it didn't pan out. So that's where we're at right now. Someone says AMC is busting loose. Oh, they're positive now. We're breaking that positive line. I appreciate that, Nico. Of course, don't ever feel obligated to donate to me. Do not feel obligated. But I hope you get your gains. Can I check out TDOC? Yeah, sure I can. TDOC. Stonk. Teladoc Health. How have they done? I'm sure they've had a great year. Well, it's kind of jumped up and jumped back down. So Kathy Woods is big on Teladoc, it looks like. Market Watch. $28 billion market cap. Oh, nice 5-year sales trend. 97% increase in sales in 2020. That is awesome. Guessing no income. I mean, Teladoc is one of those things where it's just like, this makes sense. Price to sales of 16, which isn't crazy high, actually. This actually might not be a bad buy. I'm going to write this one down to look into it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to look into that one a little bit more. It seems like it could be a potential good play. Price-wise, let's see. So pre-pandemic levels, we're still double what we're at a year ago. So that's a huge increase. But their sales also doubled. So, it's kind of justified. $1 billion in sales, I think there's still a big runway there. Like that could be easily 10 billion at some point. So yeah, that's one I'm going to dive into a little bit more. Yeah, I like that one. So I'm going to dig into Teladoc. Someone says the fall down was a big February crash. Not paying much attention. Even Palantir did this. Yeah, pretty much everything did. I actually bought two small shares of the ARK Invest ETF just because I had like a couple $100 in my Roth IRA account to spend. And even that's up like 10% in the last couple of weeks. If I want to see a super solid value company, check out TPL. Sure thing. I like a good value company. You can tell my energy is resuming a little bit now that the coffee's kicking in. Texas Pacific Land Corp. Oh, watch GME. Oh, GME is now positive. Okay. What's the volume? 200,000, 47, 150,000. Okay. AMC is almost positive. It's eking up on positive. So we're going to $1,600 per share. We'll go back and forth to that ticker and taking a look at this. Why no data available? Market Watch, get your together. Okay, so here is, so it looks like their sales have increased pretty dramatically here in the recent few years. What's their net income? Not super used to using Yahoo. All right, net income, where are we at here? Basic earnings per share, gross profit, tax position. Why am I not seeing this? Interest income, net interest income. EBITDA, earnings before interest and tax. Okay. Oh, we're running. We are running. Broke $200, 210. Okay, AMC is now in the positive as well. Everything's green now. Look at that. Except for Kraken Robotics. Bitcoin running up even 2%, up to 59,000. AMC eking up on positive. All right. Is this it? Is this it for GameStop? Are we on the launching pad here? We'll see. The millennials are waking up now investing that stimmy. All right, come on, let's see it. What's the volume looking like? 200,000, 134,000, 200,000. So volume is starting to pick up. Still not in like crazy levels. We really want to see that in the 1 million, 2 million shares per minute, that's when we're going to be like, okay, wow, there's something happening here. What does the squeeze mean? Basically, what people are hoping for with AMC and GameStop is there's all this short seller positions in the market. And when you're shorting a stock, you're basically betting that it goes down. Well, if the stock goes up, they want to then get out of their positions and cover their short, but they have to buy it at a higher price, which increases the stock price. And then that makes more shorters concerned, and that increases the stock price even more. So that's like a true short squeeze, and theoretically, the price can go infinitely high. Now, a gamma squeeze is another kind of squeeze that happens with options contracts that I don't even know if you would want to consider it a squeeze. It's more just like it's kind of like when you're playing Mario Kart and you hit one of those jumps that has like the speed boosters, on the jump where you're driving normally and you hit the speed boosters and all of a sudden you're like, that's like a gamma squeeze. And the gamma squeeze is as the price is going up, you're hitting the strike price for all these options contracts, and that shoots the price up. So we saw a gamma squeeze about a month and a half, 2 months ago in January, but we didn't see the true short squeeze 2 months ago. Would you buy into GameStop now? My FOMO senses are tingling. Man, it's one of those things where it's like if you wanted to buy in, maybe with a little bit of cash that you don't mind seeing what happens with, it's kind of like go for it. If let's say you have a $100,000 portfolio and you want to throw $2,000 into GameStop or AMC, I think that's fine. But if you have $5,000 in total, don't throw $5,000 into GameStop. Probably don't even throw $1,000 into GameStop if all you have is $5,000. So it's like, be safe is my advice. Of course, that's not financial advice. Do whatever you want. You can be like that. What was his name? Who was that guy that we had that was on the stream? The God Pill, which the username tells you enough. The username tells you enough about it. But he borrowed $100,000, bought options contracts with it, turned it into 1.2 million, lost all of that except for 100,000. Then put it all back again, and is losing like $200,000 a week. Like that's one way to do it. Go big or go home, I suppose. I tend to think in the Warren Buffett vein. He says there's 2 rules. Rule number 1, don't lose money. Rule number 2, refer to rule number 1. So it's probably better in the long run. You only YOLO once, bro. You can only afford to YOLO once. Oh, he's streaming now, so I guess go check out the God Pill stream. I'm sure it's an interesting stream. I have 80% of my portfolio in Palantir and the other 20% in Palantir because I believe diversification is important. That is hilarious. Let's go. You're like, I have 80% in Palantir in my individual account, but for safety, I keep 20% in my retirement account. Warren Buffett is streaming? No, I don't think so. If anything, Warren Buffett is sitting in front of a stream right now, a babbling brook. Okay, so we saw a little bit of a peak. Let's do a little retracement. The Fibonacci retracement. So if we go from here up to this little, we'll go to the top of the candle. So we're down. Wait, oops. Hard to read these numbers. Actually, probably shouldn't go to the top of the candle. I did that wrong. Let's zoom back out a second. Fibonacci retracement. Let's go from the bottom here up to the top of the candle. Okay, so we're only down 38% from this little peak that we saw. Also, if any of you were watching my stream, I believe it was on Monday. On Monday, we were looking at Bitcoin's price, and I'm not sure if any of you picked up on this, but let me zoom out a little bit. So Bitcoin We were taking a look at this on Monday. It was right. This isn't Monday. Where's? I gotta change the time frame a little bit. Okay, we gotta go a few days back. Okay. Jeez, what just happened? All right, so we were going on a downtrend. We were right about here at about 58,000. And on Monday, we did the Fibonacci retracement. And I said, you know what, based on this, I feel like Bitcoin's probably going to go down to about $51,800. And this is when it was at like 58,000 or something like that. And then Bitcoin went down to 52,188. Like I was within about $300 of that guessing that it was going to go down like $5,000, and just boom, hit it, bought my 25 grand worth of Bitcoin. And right now I'm up. I'm doing pretty good. So that was definitely luck, but it's always fun to point out calls like that because I don't make that many calls. Let's see here. Get Trey to talk to Godpill in a stream. Oh man, that'd be a lot. That would be a lot. I'm also highly diversified, over 200 different shares of AMC. That's hilarious. Even my grandma wants Bitcoin. Yeah, my mom wants Bitcoin too. She might be watching this stream. How much of your money do you invest? So for the longest time, I mean, we're talking about until even like 2 years ago, I didn't invest a whole lot in stocks because I was just investing back into my own business because I figured I could invest, especially at the time. I was like, I only really wanted value and value investments that could return me, 10% a year. So my option was, because I obviously had limited cash, do I put money into this 10% a year return, or do I put money back into my business and make 50, 60, 100% returns? So that's what I did for the longest time. And I think that was still the right choice. Like I didn't even have a retirement account, Roth IRA. I was like, that additional $6,000, that's better off throwing back into my business. Now I invest quite a bit because I still have too much cash sitting around not earning me anything, which is frustrating, but I'm just kind of scoping out looking for more and more good deals. Because I've been waiting. I've wanted to buy a business that, I'm looking for a local business that does between, $2 and $3-ish million a year in net income, maybe $1 and $3 million a year in net income that I can just buy outright. But that perfect deal hasn't come across yet. So then I have all this money sitting idle. So I've been throwing it more into investments, and that we'll see how that pans out because most of my investments are long term. So if I have to pull out early, that might cause some problems. But I'm investing more and more. But still, I probably only have, as far as my cash to investments, I probably only have 20% of my liquid net worth is actually in investments right now because I've just been waiting for a good deal. Let's see here. Do you think it's better to wait until a market pullback to purchase Palantir? Think it'll drop below $20? I personally don't think it's going to drop below 20, but if you wanted to play it safe, let's say you're not in it at all right now, I'd buy, maybe let's say you have your allotment of, let's just say $10,000, just for sake of example. Let's say you're like, I want to spend $10,000 on Palantir. I'd probably spend like $2,000 today, take a look at it on Monday, and just kind of gauge things like that. Buy it over a course of days, kind of like dollar cost average over, maybe a couple of weeks or something like that, and just see what happens, because that's what I did, and I'm so glad I did because of that, I was able to purchase in on a dip because I wanted to buy about $30,000 worth. I bought some, and then it just kept on going down, and I think I had like 16 different purchases over the course of a few days because it just kept on going down, and luckily the way I did it, it saved me several $1,000s doing it the way I did it. GME's flying. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Okay. So let's do another. Let me delete this retracement. Delete that retracement. Drawings, Fibonacci. So let's just see what. So based on this, we probably actually won't see it go much lower. I think it's just going to go up if it does the same thing that just happened on this peak. So we'll see what happens here. Thank you, Fruity. I appreciate that. Boom, 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 boom. I'm going back and looking at some of these questions. I know there were some good ones that I missed, but if you buy the stock, same stock multiple times, does it actually calculate based on your average rather than each individual price you bought at? So I guess I'm not familiar with every single brokerage, but yeah, it should just give you your average. Like you calculate, let's say you buy 10 shares at $10 and you buy 10 shares at $5, it should say your buy-in is $7.50. However, sometimes there can be glitches. Like actually with my AMC position, there's kind of a glitch on my brokerage account where it says my average buy-in is like $15 right now. And I think it's just like a temporary glitch because that's definitely not the case. But I did buy like something like 5 shares at like $15 or something. So for whatever reason, it's like glitched out. Do I have any hot tips for Webull? Interesting question. I would say put it on night mode. I like it much better on the dark mode here. But really, it's very customizable. So set it up to your likings. Mess around with all the different indicators and settings and things like that. Okay, so we did see this drop below that 38% reduction. And I suppose the next level would be the 61% reduction, bringing it back down to $208 if we're really banking on Fibonacci. Can you do DD on altcoins? Yeah, I plan on doing more and more stuff on crypto. I think I need to kind of like warm up my audience to crypto because every time I post a video on crypto, it just does crappy. But I think it's very interesting, so I'm going to keep putting them out. And then eventually people will like them. Not sure if Max answered you. My favorite is Rule Number 1 by Phil Town. I'm not sure what the question was, John, if I missed your question. Yeah, I don't know where your question was. How are we going to get taxed on our big AMC payout? Well, if you hold AMC for less than a year, you're going to pay it at whatever your capital gains, whatever your tax rate is. So capital gains, if you hold it less than a year, is whatever your tax rate is. Oh, asking about books. So I have tons of favorite books. Let me pull up. I actually have a link in the description that brings you to a lot of my favorite books. So let's pull this up real quick and we can talk about some of my favorites. If this loads. Man, the stream page is always so like delayed when I pop back over to the stream page. Come on. Allow me to do this. Copy. Jeez. Slow as can be. All right. So here are some of my favorite books. This one I especially recommend. Poor Charlie's Almanac. One of my favorite books of all time. It's huge. It's like a textbook size, but it just gives you so much information on a variety of subjects and just how to be a better thinker. If you're trying to figure out how to be better at reading financial statements, this book is definitely a go-to. It's a very easy read, makes things very simple. If you're looking for a good biography, this is an amazing biography. Same with this, amazing biography. The Elon Musk one is pretty good. If you're looking for a good way to value companies, this one is very good in terms of simple terms, making the concepts easy to figure out. If you're trying to be a better like manager or just business person in general, I think this is a real classic, but it's very good as well. If you're trying to have some more just like peace in your brain and your life, this really short book is very good. This is good if you're looking for like ideas on how to market your business better, be better at advertisement sales, things like that. This is good if you need like motivation for creating more creative type stuff. And then this is good if you're interested in value investments. So this is linked in the description, some of my favorite books. What's the answer about Social Security recipients not getting stimulus yet? So if they already received their stimulus payment the last time around, chances are they're just going to get it again and they just haven't received it yet. If there's any change to, like maybe they have dependents or they didn't fill out the non-filers tool, they're going to have to wait for the non-filers tool to come out again so they can enter in their information. But Social Security recipients should get it automatically in whatever account they get their normal benefits in. So let's see here. I think it's going to start running in green again, running upwards. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is good. I just don't know if I would put it in like my top favorites. Boom, boom. Would I ever pick up any crypto other than Bitcoin? Yeah, I would. I have some. Oh, I think I might have talked about this before, but let me show you guys something that's like a little bit of an insider secret on getting some free crypto. Hold on, I gotta do all this authentication for logging in here. If you guys have any crypto, I very much recommend using authenticator apps for logins to keep everything safe. Oh, jeez. Sometimes it's a little too safe. All right, they sent me an email I have to open. I want to show you a little hack. So if you're a Coinbase user, so Coinbase and Coinbase Pro, your accounts are kind of separate. You can transfer to one another, but Coinbase Pro is like the professional exchange kind of thing. So I don't really keep much money in my Coinbase regular account, but if you have a Coinbase account, you have both. But something I wanted to point out, if you have a Coinbase account, you go down here to earn rewards, and I've already done it, so it only says $3 here. But there's all of these, they're not showing because I've done them already, but you can see there's some right here. There's all these like quizzes you can take. You'll watch like a short video and then answer a couple questions, and then you get free crypto from it. Now you might be thinking like, okay, so what? But the hack here, you can Google all the answers and do all the quizzes in like 4 minutes, and you'll end up with like $50 in free crypto. So, and you'll get various different kinds of cryptocurrencies. So if I go to my portfolio, you can see, like I didn't buy any of these, Stellar Lumens, Compound, Maker, The Graph. So, like that's just from the quizzes that I did and, got free crypto from it. So that's linked in the description. You'll also get $10 free if you just open an account with that link. But a little hack for you, you can Google all the answers and you'll find them. Don't tell Coinbase I told you that. The Richest Man in Babylon is good as well. That's good for anyone who's just like not really familiar at all with financial stuff. Same with Rich Dad Poor Dad. Those are like, okay, if you don't know anything about finances, start with one of those books probably. Yeah, the answers are pretty easy. Like if you don't want to Google it, I mean, it might take you 20 minutes to do all the answers, but you can just Google them. Oh, someone says you can actually just keep guessing randomly and get it as well. Oh, so there you go. I'm not the biggest fan of the 4-hour work week. I think it has some really good suggestions on like interesting ways to solve certain problems, but I think the overarching theme of the 4-hour work week isn't that great, because I think the 4-hour work week is almost targeted towards people who haven't done anything yet. They haven't started business, they haven't done anything, but then it almost promotes like working less, doing less. And I think when you're first starting out, that's not great advice. Like I think the 4-hour work week is a good book for someone who's already like doing as much as they possibly can and they want tips to make that more productive. But it's not the greatest for someone who's just starting out, just in my opinion. Why is it we can't claim the profit from a stock when it rises? Example, $40 stock up to 45. I like to claim that $5 increase from each share as profit. So it's because you have ownership of that share. I suppose if you bought fractional shares, you could do it that way. So some brokerages allow you to buy fractional shares. So you could buy $40 worth of a stock, and then it goes up to 45. You could sell off $5 of that portion. But you also have to remember, like, you have to pay taxes on that. It's better to hold long term. But it's not like Bitcoin where it's so a share can be divisible into fractions of shares, but you don't have the same ownership. So that's why, I mean, a whole share is a whole share. Have I looked at Unity? We can check out Unity. No, I haven't looked at that. We'll pop back over to GameStop a little bit later. Video game software development company. I like the one-letter ticker symbol. Great increase in sales. No net income yet. Feels so much better after having real coffee in my system. And now I just realized, you know what? I probably had decaf on Monday and Tuesday when I was feeling down Monday and Tuesday. And then yesterday, my girlfriend made coffee for me, so it probably wasn't decaf and I was feeling better. No, you guys don't, it doesn't matter, but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, I wanted to see their price to sales. Price to sales of 54, so it's definitely high. So I would say a purchase in this company is a very optimistic outlook with that high of a price to sales, which is okay. You can be very optimistic. Wow, they've been up very high. But we're still at like very optimistic levels. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let me check something here real quick on the old phone. Jeez. Okay. Alrighty, what is GameStop doing now? It's getting just kind of consolidating down. How about AMC? AMC's just been teasing that flat, this little line of resistance right at 14 bucks all morning. Palantir's at least in the green now, so we'd like to see that. Tyson Foods now in the green too. Man, Tyson Foods might hit 80 bucks here within the next couple of weeks at this rate. That'd be crazy. They're just like moving on up, moving on up. My only regret with Tyson Foods is that I didn't buy more. Man, I should have just dropped 100 grand into Tyson Foods. Dang. Just got $31 in free crypto. Thanks, Max, and the guy who just said keep guessing. So I guess you can just keep guessing. There, the hack got even better. You can just keep on clicking. Okay, what are we doing over here? Alrighty, I think we are going to wrap this stream up, and then if it's getting crazy again later on today, I'll pop back on a stream. Also remember, those who become YouTube channel members, we're going to do that $500 giveaway for anyone who is a level 2 and above. So consider joining that if you want to be part of the $500 raffle. Right now, your odds are pretty high to do it. Make sure you like this stream and subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you next time.